Hey, what's that camera doing here? Turn that thing off. I don't want the paparazzi. Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry. Good morning, my name is Pete LaMaster. I define myself, I try not to define myself. As I've gotten older, I'm making a point of trying not to say I am. I am male, I can't change that. I am a father and I'm happy about that. I am a husband and I'm happy about that. But all the things that I used to say I am, I've tried to discard. I was an engineer. I have done a whole bunch of other things, and I'm finding that if I say that I am an actor or a writer, or it kind of puts me in a box. And generally speaking, I think society is discovering that the little boxes that they put people in are usually not very accurate and not very helpful. So now I try to say I do. I act, I write lyrics, I've gotten into photography. I retired about 6 years ago as an engineer. I had been in the electronics industry, very high tech, and I retired, and the stock market crashed and took my retirement with it, so I had to start working again. And I've done something like 25 different jobs in the last 8 years, everything from stocking shoes at Sears to typing death certificates in a mortuary. And now I'm retired again and enjoying life, doing all those things that I never thought I could do before.
And they will tear it down.
And they'll tear it down and wonder what kind of motherfucker spends his whole life building this piece of shit.
I have found that when it comes to being a serious actor like Dustin Hoffman, or someone who can really get into a part, I've still got an engineer's mind. I can't really make myself care to the third level. You know, what was the dog's color in your character's child? I don't care. I just don't care. But I'm good at cold reads, and so I've found that training past a certain point for me has not been helpful, but I did take formal training, and primarily what I can offer is I'm good enough and I'm reliable. No, those are the two. My first acting class, one of the exercises was each of us were assigned random phrases, and then we were also assigned a random way to deliver it. And I've always been kind of not that good with the social aspects of things, and I just totally randomly got assigned seductive. So I walked up to the actress that I was paired with, and I put on my best seductive face, and I swear to God, every woman in the place went, ooh. So I learned then that I don't do seductive very well. I really understand women! Microfilms, that's my term, and I've been told maybe I should change it to micro movies since the word microfilm has already been taken. But I met Rafael Bernardo. He's a great DP, editor, young man with a lot of energy, and he tended to think visually. I tended to think in words, and I met him at a film meeting, and there were a bunch of us talking about great things that we were going to do, and we needed to line up financing 2 years from now, and we were going to shoot it in 6 years, and we were going to, and he says, let's get together and make a movie tomorrow. And I said, tomorrow? He says, yeah. And I said, well, how long do you think it's going to take? About an hour and a half.
I'm planning a bachelor party. Yeah, I need a comic who does blue humor.
What happens when you smash a berry? Smash a berry. You obliterate it. Obliterate it. Yeah? Yeah? It was bedtime, and it was a cold night. I wanted some company to keep me warm. Somebody to pet and neck with. Yeah, I wanted pussy. I did an entry for an Australian contest.
I'm Pete LaMaster, I love to travel while I blog. It's what I do, read my websites and see. I drove across the states, blogging all of my discoveries. Now bring me to Queensland and your spokesman I'll be.
And the whole concept of this is I write something. Takes me about 10-15 minutes to come up with an idea. We shoot it, takes about 2 hours, takes him a day or two to edit it all together. He does a nice job of editing, and it's up on the YouTube. So that's our microfilms. We try to keep the whole film, the actual film, to about 1 minute, so that if you like it, fine. If you don't like it, you've only wasted 1 minute of your life. And that's really what I'm concentrating on now. I've got about 15 microfilms written in my head. We're just trying to get the time, and it's amazingly difficult to get 3 people together at once. The 2 of us seem to do pretty well, but once you add another actress or actor in, it gets more interesting. But that's my focus now, microfilms. In terms of success, I am happy to be in a financial position where I'm not at all wealthy. The stock market cleaned out most of what I thought I was going to live on, but I don't have to worry about having someone else define my success in a way where I get paid for it. And that is so freeing. Success now is something that I am happy that I did and gives me a feeling of accomplishment. And it's just so wonderful to decouple myself from having to have dollars define my success. And as the last few years of my employment life went through, it was so sad to realize I was spending probably half of my waking life. You know, by the time you spend 8 hours a day at a job, you spend an hour commuting, an hour coming home, 3 hours fighting with your boss in your head. And I was wasting half of my life doing something just for money. And you got to have money, but man, that is a horrible way to define success. Advice for others who are trying to make it in this business. I would say the biggest advice I can give you is believe in yourself. There are gobs of people who will tell you that you need to buy their training, their headshot, their camera work, their acting, their agent, whatever. And yes, you need to pay attention to those people and find out what you can do better. But the primary thing is believe that you have something to offer and go do it.